Welcome to this explainer on Nutrition Explained, Eating Like a Human. We're going to dive right in and uncover exactly how to fuel our bodies properly, breaking down the actual biology of how what you eat literally dictates how you feel. And to kick things off, we're going to look at this fascinating and honestly kind of hilarious everyday paradox. Okay, picture this. Imagine for a second you just bought a $1 million sports car, a total beauty. Would you ever dream of filling that tank with dirty, cheap fuel? I mean, no way, right? That sounds completely ridiculous. Yet, think about it. Millions of us do exactly this every single day to something far more valuable, something completely irreplaceable, our own bodies. We pour terrible, low-quality fuel into our systems and then act totally surprised when our engines start sputtering.
Section 1. The Vicious Cycle. So, to really understand why we do this to ourselves, let's track a typical daily journey. You know the drill. You wake up exhausted, right? And you probably think, man, I'm just lazy. But you aren't lazy. You're just running on fumes. So what do? We grab that cup of coffee to force an adrenaline spike. We feel great for exactly 1 hour, and then, boom, the inevitable blood sugar and caffeine crash hits, hard. To fix that, your body screams for a quick hit of glucose, so you grab some sugar. And the very next day, this entire grueling loop resets. We're constantly mistaking poor fueling for a character flaw, relying on these temporary fixes that honestly just guarantee another metabolic collapse.
Section 2. Inside the Human Factory. Let's change our perspective entirely. If we zoom in, we wouldn't just see abstract biology, we'd see a frantic, chaotic factory. Imagine tiny, stressed-out workers inside your head. You've got the brain office, where your neurotransmitters are just struggling to maintain focus. Down below, the stomach factory is exhausting its digestive enzymes, trying to process highly processed junk. And your cardiovascular engine, it's working overtime because of that daily sugar and caffeine loop we just talked about. Your cellular machinery is in an absolute state of panic. The crucial point here, and it's a big one, is that we just keep giving our bodies fake fuel. Like a frustrated little worker shouting out, your system is working overtime to run your life, but it flat out lacks the essential micronutrients and raw materials it actually needs to get the job done. It's literally trying to build a resilient cellular structure out of tissue paper.
And that leads us to this massive realization. We don't need more energy, we need better energy. The solution to that horrible afternoon slump isn't forcing your adrenal system to rev harder by dumping yet another cup of coffee into the tank. Actually, the solution is providing a completely different, high-quality baseline fuel. That way, your mitochondria can actually produce stable energy on their own.
Section 3. The 3 Dietary Doors.
So imagine standing right there in your body's food factory, facing 3 distinct doors. Door number 1, fast food. Sure, it gives you instant pleasure and a massive dopamine hit, but the aftermath? Total energy collapse. Door number 2, sugar world. Feels amazing up front, but those spikes guarantee you're going to be hungry again in no time. Then there's door number 3, real food. Now, it's not dramatic, you aren't getting a euphoric spike, but the aftermath provides stable, lasting energy without the crash. As you can see, it's really the only option that creates the lasting stability your body is desperately begging for. Section 4. Food is biological information.
This brings up a pretty huge question. If the third door is so obviously the best choice, why do we keep choosing the wrong ones? Well, it's basically because of a massive societal lie. We're taught to treat eating as mere entertainment, eating just because we're bored or we're stressed out. But a total paradigm shift happens when you realize food isn't just fuel, it's actually vital biological information. You aren't just eating for a quick dopamine hit, you are literally sending chemical data straight to your cells.
Think about it like this. Every single thing you consume acts as a genetic instruction manual. Food sends distinct hormonal messages telling your body whether to build muscle, store fat, trigger inflammation, or recover from stress. So when you eat highly processed junk, you're sending scrambled, chaotic instructions to your workers. But when you eat real food, you give your biology clear, concise code on exactly how to optimize itself.
Section 5. The 7-Day Experiment.
So, what actually happens when we change the data we're sending for just 1 week? Well, the protocol we're looking at is refreshingly simple. There's no extreme deprivation here, no starvation, just drinking more water, eating more balanced meals, having way less random snacking, and focusing on consistency. By doing this, we are finally giving our cellular machinery a predictable, steady stream of good instructions.
Now, charting this over a week requires a bit of patience. On day 1, honestly, you feel absolutely nothing. Your body is just busy clearing out the backlog of all those bad instructions and adjusting its insulin levels. By day 2, you might feel slightly better. But day 4? That is when the metabolic adaptation really starts taking hold, and that heavy brain fog finally begins to lift. And by day 7, you naturally have way more energy simply because your body is efficiently burning sustained fuel without needing any artificial spikes. But here's the thing to remember by day 7. The goal isn't to suddenly become some limitless superhuman. The goal is to achieve something much more profound, something most of us have entirely forgotten: just feeling normal again. It's all about experiencing that baseline homeostasis your body was perfectly designed for, way before it was ever flooded with fake fuel.
Section 6, your ultimate choice. A 7-day experiment is great and all, but let's be real. These daily, microscopic fueling decisions compound over a lifetime, and they result in 2 very different biological realities. Look at version 1. This person lives strictly for taste and entertainment, and eventually all that metabolic wear and tear leaves them feeling sluggish and aging way faster than they should. Now look at version 2. This person respects food as fuel and chemical information. Because of that, they move through life feeling significantly lighter, more vibrant, and physically capable.
The ultimate realization here is incredibly empowering. Your body isn't broken. Let me just repeat that because it's so important. Your body is not broken. It has just been perfectly executing the chaotic instructions you've been giving it. Every meal is a message. Every single bite physically becomes part of your cellular makeup. It's pretty simple. If you change the message, you change the machine entirely.
You don't need absolute perfection to feel better. You just need to respect your own biological machinery. I mean, you only get one body, right? Since it's the absolute only vehicle you get for this entire journey, are you ready to stop treating it like a disposable rental and start fueling it like you actually plan to keep it?